Okay, low key, I see the truck and it's beautiful, but I have to act like, well, I can't say that. I can't say that on YouTube. Can you buy me a truck?
Yes, I could buy you a truck.
Isn't it so pretty? Good morning. Good morning. All right. So I am running super behind because Easter was yesterday and we had a bunch of kids over, a bunch of families over. And I didn't plan very well. So I actually have a market scheduled this morning, and then I have people coming over in the house to do work in about 30 minutes. So I'm just like all over the place. This is our first market of the season, and I'm really excited. We have our display. We've got dried flowers. We've got real flowers. We have all of the things, and the cats are trying to eat stuff. So this is going to be a really quick vlogging kind of day. Maybe I'll take some footage if I have battery of us setting up, and I'll go ahead and update you guys when it's all done.
Yeah, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking at those horses.
Get my mommy. You like the horses?
Mm.
Isn't it crazy how 1 minute you can be staying up late at night, thinking up your big dreams, trying to figure out how you're going to make it happen, whiteboarding and just brainstorming all of the things that you need to do, all of the reasons why you shouldn't start, all of the self-doubt starts kicking in, and all of the other reasons why everything is telling you, the universe is telling you not to do it. But then strangely, things start falling into place and you realize, wow, I'm actually living in my dream. That's something that kind of happened to me. And I know this video started off a little wonky, but it was a really unique situation. And I just want to be able to share the story with you. So originally last year, I knew that I wanted to market my flowers differently. I didn't want to keep selling stuff on Marketplace or just gifting flowers away to neighbors and friends, although I still like to do that. But I wanted to create something that brought community and happiness to my community. And so what I wanted to do was launch a horse trailer, bloom bar / build your own bouquet horse trailer. And it was going to also act as a wash station for me in processing flowers. And I'd be able to use it in the backyard as well as at markets. And so I worked really hard on this, did some market research, was paying attention to some of the other flower farmers in the area. Flower farmers in the country that have done something similar. And I just knew that I wanted to have a horse trailer. I knew I had to have it. And so back in October, I submitted a grant. I thought that there was a pretty good chance I would be able to get it. And I was going to use that grant money to purchase a horse trailer, as well as improving my irrigation. But we'll talk about that later. So a few months go by and I get the notification for the grant that I did not get it and to apply again next year. And I'm not saying that I was putting all of my eggs in one basket, but I did feel like I was putting all of my eggs in one basket. I just didn't notice it until I got the no. I was extremely hopeful that it was going to work out, and it didn't. And it was quite devastating. So, I went through the emotions of it and kind of had to let it go. So I was like, you know what? We're going to have to find another way to do this. So, I was talking to my brother, talking to Greg about like, what am I going to do? And my brother was like, why don't you just use the Nova? The Nova is my husband's 1970 classic car. And honestly, the idea was great. I was 100% sold. I was like, let's do a photo shoot. We're going to do a hard launch. It's going to be amazing. And then I quickly realized that there was not enough space in the Nova. If we were going to sell flowers out of the Nova at markets, events, and pop-ups, we were going to have more space, which meant my husband would have to drive to the market with us. We would have to have a truck with all of the supplies and materials, and then the Nova would just carry what it could because it's a small two-door car. I toyed around with the idea, built the brand around it, and decided that it was going to be the next best thing. Unfortunately, I quickly learned that it wasn't gonna work. And so I moped around. I was sad. I was trying to figure out like what I was going to do. And so I told my husband, like, I really want to launch this business, but it just isn't working the way that I had planned. And so I started looking around just casually for trailers and trucks and truck bed trailers, which are just half of a truck. And I was thinking, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to figure out how to do it. And if I have to sell flowers from the back of our, 2019 Dodge Ram, I was going to do that. And so a few weeks had passed by and I was really interested in this white C10. It was from the 60s. I've always wanted a C10. Fun fact about me, my first vehicle was a C10. It didn't work for longer than 20 minutes, but it was mine. As soon as I got on the highway in California with this car that I spent $500 on, this truck that I spent $500 on, it started making this crazy sound, knocking, and it just fell apart instantly. So fast forward, I don't know, almost 17, 18 years later, I'm looking at this C10 on Marketplace and I'm like, I want this truck. The truck was kind of beat up, but I didn't care because I was like, you know what? I need something to get going. I need the space. I'm going to do it. So I found this truck and I was scheduling to meet up with this guy to take a look at it. It was very cheap. And so I'm thinking, I married a mechanic anyways. So if I buy something, then he can just fix it up for me. Well, my husband wasn't as convinced. He was just like, I don't know, Ange, like this looks like it needs a lot of work, but we are still planning on going to see it. So I made plans to see it with the guy and went on about my business. We had some errands to run that day. And then I go on Marketplace and something pops up that I hadn't seen, which is crazy because I was looking for trucks for several weeks and nothing had popped up. And so this truck popped up and I was swooned. I'm like, there's no way. Number one, I can't afford it. Let's just be real. I knew that I could not afford it. One of the most important things to me was, launching this business officially without going into debt. And so I was like, I really need to make sure that what I have is something that's not going to set me back. Well, I told my husband, we're going to take what we have and it's going to work. I can just feel it. God was telling me that day that it was going to work. So we went with what we had. And I was just like, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. My husband's like, there's no way it's going to happen. I talk to the guy, I tell him what it is that I do, what I planned on using the truck for. And I felt like we were just really vibing. Turns out he thought it was pretty cool and was able to knock off $2,500. When I tell you that blessings are real, blessings are real, okay? Can you buy me a truck?
Yes, I could buy you a truck.
Isn't it so pretty?
The road.
So beautiful. We have such a good... Oh no, I'm gonna be in the back. But you're fine. You're 100% fine. I never strive for perfection. It's easy to not disappoint yourself if you don't. Well, thanks, Mom, for...
Oh, there he is. Oh, my gramps was.
He was hiding from you.
Out of the way before you Yeah. That's cute.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing? Learning how to trim hair?
Yeah.
Hello. We should do one little one.
And you want to do a little baby one?
Mm-hmm.
So The market was a lot of fun. We were able to meet so many people. I had a lot of lessons learned. I forgot my umbrella, which I wish that I would have brought because the daffodils were not doing as well as I would have liked them to do, but I did make sure that I supplemented where I had to, and I only picked ones that were going to last for a while. Another thing that I really enjoyed was just talking to people that had questions about the truck or questions about the flowers, and I was just really happy that a good portion of these flowers literally came from my backyard. So I only supplemented the snapdragons and the ranunculus and the baby's breath. Everything else was grown from my garden and harvested from my backyard, and that was something that I was really proud of. So going into summer and going into the next markets, I'm just really excited to learn from my lessons, continue to learn from some of the professionals that I've been networking with, and just trying to enjoy the journey because I didn't think that this was where I was going to end up this year, to be totally honest. And so it's just a lesson in patience, and then just understanding that good things can happen when you're not expecting them, and to just always and continuously be kind and showing up as yourself, because you just never know when someone's going to vibe or have a really good rapport with you, and you never know when someone's going to be willing to help you out. So with that being said, it costs nothing to be kind, but it can change everything. And that's just something that I want everybody to remember when you're in a bad mood, when you're out at the store, when you're running to the mailbox. Just remember that people around you feed off of your energy, and it costs nothing to be kind. Yeah, you're in there. Look at that. Okay. So I think that the market was a success.
Yes, it was fun and great job. We met a lot of wonderful people.
Yeah, we met a lot of really cool local vendors, and I did my best not to spend any. Actually, I think I only bought from one vendor, and then my mom bought me something. So technically, I think that doesn't count. But we had a really good time, and I'm still getting used to driving the new truck. But I would say overall it was a success, and I'm really excited to see any pictures that we get tagged in. And then it was just really nice meeting a lot of the people that we got to talk to. So
Take a picture.
taking pictures and just meeting people, and there was egg hunts and got to see the horses and stuff. So it was a lot of fun, but I'm going to focus on driving now, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks for creating with us here at Love Good Blooms, whether you're building, planting, or just streaming. I hope this gave you a little inspiration to make your space feel more like home. If you want to keep hanging out with us, go ahead and subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you soon.